We don't normally wear suits here when we're talking to each other and just doing our work. So you won't see us in any of our, we're going to call this the law conversation or legal conversation series, to try to give members of the public a good insight of what it's like behind the scenes of a law firm. And I'm joined today with Catherine Maurer of the Allen Law Firm. Catherine, want to say hi and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Catherine Maurer. I've been working at the Allen Law Firm for about 3 years now. I work in the Criminal Defense Division as well as the Behavioral Health Defense Division. Consumers
have choice about what firms they go to. You know, they can look up on Google. I guess they can drive down the street and see someone sign, or they can get a referral. Is there any particular way that you like to receive a new potential client?
I think that when we get our phone calls from our clients, that's probably the best way to interact with our firm. You almost always hear from me or Milo, our personal injury paralegal, when you first call the firm. And we're able to kind of take in all of that information, digest it with you. We know that if you're calling about a personal injury or a criminal defense need, it is immediate, it is urgent. And so we want to talk to you and kind of get to the bottom of things and start to, create more of that peaceful environment for you again so that you can work on healing or moving forward.
And, what's it like once a client or potential client phones the firm? What's the process behind the scenes? So they're on one side calling, hey, I had this legal problem, this happened to me, can you help me out? Not a lot of desperation, but they have some anxiety. So what's the process from the other side?
Yeah, so for criminal defense cases, normally what we do is we write down all that information and then we're going to look up your case. We're also going to look up to see if you have any other priors, or depending on the situation, we just kind of start doing the research behind the scenes. We figure out when your court date is, we figure out when the prosecutor is, and then we get you into the office so that you can talk to us, you can talk to Jamal, and we can kind of answer all of your questions. We know that there's a lot of questions at the beginning of a case. A lot of people, it's the first time that they've encountered the criminal justice system. So we bring you in, we bring you up to speed, and then luckily once you've hired us, it gets pretty easy. You just kind of sit back and we do the work. We let you know when the court dates are. Mr. Allen accompanies you every time. That is when he gets into the suit. We just start advocating and working tirelessly on your behalf. A lot of that looks like talking to experts, talking to other attorneys, workshopping your case with you, reaching out to the prosecutor, seeing what offers are available. So there is a lot of behind the scenes where we're just communicating with other people, and that's the beautiful thing about hiring an attorney, is that you don't have to be there for all those phone calls and you don't have to make all the phone calls yourself.
Okay. I know that when we actually, so a client comes in, we sign the client up, they agree that they want the Allen Law Firm to work for them, that the team, the client describes the problem. What are some of the things we do to go about providing the client a multitude of solutions to resolve their case?
Right. So one of the first things that we do when a client walks in is we have this client intake sheet. And one of the first things that we ask on that sheet is, what are your priorities? We need to know what your win is. That's how we win cases. People define a win in different ways. For some people, they know that based on what has happened to them, that they're going to face some type of punishment. And many of them are coming to the table saying, I know I messed up. I just want this to affect my life and my family as minimally as possible. We have other people who define a win very differently. Some people want an outright dismissal. Some people, they maybe just want to take some classes and do some community service. So that's step one. What is your win? Because we can't win with you unless we know what your win is.
Catherine, how can clients help themselves achieve the results they've indicated to us constitute a win?
Yeah, so I do think that kind of differs client to client and, obviously what charges they're facing. But in general, communication is key. We do our best to be communicating with you every step of the process. We also need you to be communicating with us every step of the process. So that really helps set our legal team up for success. And I think on a more personal note, in our criminal defense cases, sometimes we see DUIs. Sometimes we see, we see a lot of different things in our field of work, and a lot of that work is internal. Using it as an opportunity to kind of check in with yourself. We see a lot of growth and a lot of healing happen in this office because, when we are confronted with difficult times, we tend to look inward. So I think the best thing, when we've seen the best results for our clients, they're letting us be their advocates, they're checking in, and they're working on healing themselves.
Oh, that brings up the subject of, before a client can heal themselves, I think it's young Pueblo who says the best way to save the world is to first save yourself. And I think that attitude kind of permeates the values at the Allen Law Firm. I know that many times I'll come in with a lot of anxiety of the responsibilities of managing an office and caring for a winning team, and it helps to be able to look in each of your eyes and to know that I'm supported and that I can let it out in a healthy way, and that I can learn from any mistakes that are burdens that I perceive at the moment. So I appreciate you mentioning that. I do notice that many times I'm able to go in as a lawyer and talk to the judge and say, my client has healed, and if the judge has done the work, they will know that healed is a magic term that suggests that someone has become more self-aware, taken responsibilities for any alleged misconduct, and is ready to move on with their life. And that, at the Allen Law Firm, is something that we pride ourselves in achieving in most every case. I appreciate that comment. Thank you very much, Catherine. And how does someone contact, if they want their case reviewed for some criminal defense matter or any other matter, well, what's the best way to contact us?
Yeah, so the best way to contact us is to call us. It's 480-899-1025. You can also go onto our website, goodazlawyers.com. We've got some additional information on there, so you can kind of look around, learn some of those key legal terms, and you can always shoot us a message through that if you're not, if you don't love calling people.
Thank you.